What's going on, y'all boys? Today we're going to be reacting to the official mid-season patch combat change review. I watched the first 40 seconds of this video and I deemed it, enough to actually make this reaction video. You're probably seeing it the day after this came out. Let's react to it, man.
Everybody, it's your community manager Nakat over at
my boy Nakat, man.
And I am here to present the combat changes coming to MultiVersus with the mid-season
1.2.2. That looks nasty.
We had a very heavy focus on improving offense in the game, so let's talk about it. First things first are dodge cancels.
Let's talk.
As you know, when you dodge towards an enemy and you
pretending
attack,
like I didn't read this already.
It almost costs 3 bars a meter, meaning if you did this twice, you would almost go in fatigue. This would make
so as a Morty main, let me let him talk real quick.
And a lot worse of a character overall. Now, when you do dodge...
Okay, as a Morty main, this is an amazing change for my character. I can finally actually approach people with my side air, maybe even my up air, and I can see some offense with a character that really is lacking with approach options. However, the problem is when you don't just look at your main and you look at characters like the one this guy is using right here, Wonder Woman, or you even look at a character like Joker, you look at a character like Batman, characters that are going to benefit from this change far more than every other character. Okay, and I've only made it a minute into the video. Maybe they have some sort of countermeasure in play to deal with this, but the fact that Joker is going to be able to dodge jab now for 70 damage combos, he's going to be able to dodge jab all over the place. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I think he can do it 5 times and whiff every time and still have 5 chances. It's insane, dude. It's
dodge attacks. It'll only take 2 units of dodge meter instead of 3. However,
okay, I thought it was 1.5. It's 2.
Jump or a boosted jump, you will still lose 3 meter bars. The dodge jump cancel window while dodge meter is empty actually feels a lot worse now. So
okay, this is why I started recording, because I wanted to talk about this. Only MultiVersus, when looking at a patch recap, will proudly say, and I understand that Nakat is not the guy who is, behind the game. I'm pretty sure he's just the guy presenting this update to us. But only MultiVersus would show us something and in the presentation say, it feels a lot worse, as if it is a good thing. Really, dude?
The dodge jump cancel window while dodge meter is empty actually feels a lot worse now.
Maybe you could say it feels the same, but it's a lot less rewarding. It's not really worth going for as much as it was before. But to say it feels worse, this is an update and it feels worse.
Now, so before, when you did a dodge jump while you were...
It's crazy because I know what's going to happen is people like me, not the Joker mains, they can do whatever they want. People like me are going to do a dodge forward air, a potential whiff, it's going to go right through their body, of course, because Morty probably will see no changes in this patch. I can do a dodge forward air, and what's going to happen is it's going to go through them, I'm going to jump, and there's half my dodge meter, because as he said, it feels a lot worse. It's going to be that sort of clunky mechanic now that is way too overcomplicated for no reason.
Fatigued, you would still be able to pretty much jump immediately. Now, when you do that dodge, it will be delayed, so you will not be able to.
It's gonna feel sticky, dude.
Making it a lot easier to catch opponents while they are fatigued. We wanted to introduce more movement options into MultiVersus, and so that was as far as I made it into this video. I don't know what else he's gonna talk about. Implement dodge lands. The way to do a dodge land is to do a air dodge when you're at a certain distance to the ground, aka close to it, and you will be able to slide forward or backward with momentum, and this can also be done on platforms.
Okay, I'm not even going to pull up the videos right now. I'm just going to react to this. And oh my gosh, I sound like such a hater. I'm so sorry, man. I don't hate the game. The game made my YouTube channel. I love MultiVersus, man. I want the game to be good. This was already in the game. And we all know it because you guys are watching YouTube right now. You guys know every creator on YouTube, and you know what a void dash is. Everyone in my comments, why don't you void dash? I never even bothered to pick it up because it didn't really look that important to me. But you guys know what a void dash is. This is a void dash. It was already in the game. And because Void discovered it, now it has to be an official mechanic that is polished for some reason. It really is negligible. I sound like such a hater, dude. I'm sorry, man.
Dodge down or into your opponent, but you're not close enough to hit them, your character will
Okay, it does look a little different than a void dash, but at this point, what am I looking at, dude? Hello?
Not close enough to hit them.
Yo, he's sliding across the entire stage. Imagine a Batman doing.
Your character will
let me chill, man.
Towards them, and you will be able to input
what is that?
As well. Not only is it useful for movement, it also looks really cool.
Oh my, it's gonna be like fighting on ice.
Off of a platform,
Look! He's the yo!
On the platform and stay on it, or you can slide off of the platform, which will allow you to be actionable and use a move as well. In MultiVersus, when you are trying to recover back,
this was the thing.
To climb the wall to get back on.
Are they gonna make it worse? Oh, okay. It is a little different, I guess.
More punishable because players were able to kind of hang on to the wall for an extended
Gizmo players, get y'all's job applications, man. It's over.
Until they were let back on.
It's done.
Now, when you cling onto the wall, you will actually have wall fatigue.
This is probably the first good change, in my opinion. I think that this is valid. Why not?
5 seconds
because the fact like you could cling onto the wall and you would start to slide faster over time. However, the max speed in which you would slide down wasn't even that fast, so you really could just cling to the wall forever.
All the way down from 8.5
so now you try to do that, you're getting spiked.
Will also begin to slide faster on a wall after 2 consecutive wall clings.
But it's just another mechanic that kind of, I don't want to be nitpicky, but they're making it a lot more punishing to be in Burnout, which Burnout was already like, if you were in there, you're cooked, especially against certain characters like Finn, you were done for. But they think that because they made the dodge attack stronger, that they had to make Burnout worse, and then they add more mechanics that put you into Burnout, such as the dodge jump and this mechanic right here in the ice slide. So yeah, man.
And fighters will reach maximum wall fatigue after 8 consecutive wall clings down.
8 is crazy.
This is to make it so that players feel more inclined to.
I've never seen anyone cling on there 8 times.
To get back onto the stage. And fighters will no longer refresh their air dodges or air specials if they wall cling.
See, like, that's just stupid. Oh my god, I'm such a hater, dude. I'm sorry. I'm probably the minority in this situation. I'm sure the comments are supporting this update and saying like these changes are great, but why are they taking away so much dodge? Like, I get it, you guys made the dodge attack more potent, but then you made it more punishing to be in Burnout, and then there's so many mechanics that make it like it's gonna be Burnout versus Jab versus and Burnout versus.
So you will still be able to jump to try to make it back onto the stage, but you will not have certain options in your kit anymore. And lastly, fighters losing dodge meter from maximum wall fatigue can no longer gain any dodge meter until the fighter lands onto the stage again. This is going to be a big one. So priority hitboxes are in the game, and what are these exactly? We felt that jabs were a bit too strong, not only in neutral, but just as a punishment tool.
Right, and what are y'all gonna do about it?
Now, all ground side attack combo hits beside the last part, which is the finisher attack, will now be considered low priority attacks, losing to other. Which is the now, all ground side attack combo hits beside the last part.
All ground attack combo hits beside the last part,
which is the finisher attack, will now be considered low priority attacks,
okay,
losing to other moves. Before, jabs were able to beat certain grounded and aerial options. Now, jabs have lower priority, making them lose more often to these options. So you should be coming out on top more in these interactions.
All right, what does this really change? Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Let me think about what characters actually have a horizontal hitbox attack that isn't their jab that are actually going to, that's actually going to change this. So we got Arya Stark. I'm drawing a blank here. I'm drawing a blank, but what I'm trying to say is most characters don't have a move that is going to horizontally challenge a jab attack. And this isn't really going to change anything, man. Because besides a forward tilt, I mean, what character besides neutral attack? I really can't think of any. Am I tripping right now? We got Bugs Bunny, Harley Quinn. That's all I think there's more characters that I think this is useless. this is useless.
To stop jabs from over-centralizing how you play MultiVersus and to take less power from them and put power.
Not going to change anything because honestly, those moves are not good.
No longer are affected by attack decay, and the knockback have been reduced. But we have also introduced a new mechanic into the game, which is called automatic ground teching. When a fighter is the victim of a combo that bounces them off the ground, if they are bounced off the ground again, they will instead perform an automatic tech. This tech allows them to break out of ground bouncing combos by stopping the fighter on the ground and returning them to an idle pose with invincibility frames. If the fighter holds left or right during the tech, they will move a short distance in either of those directions, but if they press nothing at all, they will actually tech in place in the same spot. This is another option not only to prevent people from being comboed over and over and over without any way of getting out or just taking complete.
Okay, so I mean, I guess this could be good for stopping loops. Maybe that was the intention behind this, was to stop loops, but this still doesn't really fix the issue. I mean, you can DI out of most combos like that. What kind of example is this, man? We got Bugs Bunny spamming down air. It's not a solution for the characters that actually have these lethal combos like Arya Stark and Finn. But I mean, maybe if it can stop the Tom Jerry loops, maybe if it can stop the Superman loops, it'll do a little something, man. I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. I'm sure that there was a specific reason for why they did this. There was something they had in mind.
Agency away from them, but this will also allow players who predict which direction that the person that is teching is going to go in to try to continue to press their offensive positioning from winning the interaction that allowed them to get the combo in the first place. Important, automatic ground teching will only initiate on the second ground bounce during a combo. That way, players can still have and enjoy ground bounce combos. We are also able to introduce more attacks that will ground bounce in future patches as well. So this helps out players who need to escape combos, and this also helps players who want to try to chase to extend combos as well. We hope that you enjoy this mechanic.
It sounds like Beetlejuice had a lot of ground bounce moves and they had to quickly come up with something to fix that, man.
Is helpful, and we hope that all of these changes for offense coming up in the Season 2 Midseason patch prove to be not only effective.
Let me know, man. Am I a full-on MultiVersus hater, or are the majority of people disagreeing with these changes right now? I haven't even read the comments. I'm just giving my unadulterated opinion. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this update, and make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. I'll see y'all later.